Dan Murdoch, I know you're watching this. As I said, welcome to the dark side of Hollywood. Just remember you brought this on yourself by turning your back on me and Jimmy Nemeth, whatever you want to call yourself, lumberjack man. Tonight, you step in the ring with Hollywood's finest, the silver screen superstar Steve Off. Tonight's film is going to be a horror movie. It's your massacre. End scene. Fade to black. Lights off.
Steve Off, what you did to Dan Murdoch was wrong and you know it. Dan's been a good friend of ours for a couple years now. He's out for a couple months because of you. So tonight, knowing I'm having my match for myself, I'm doing it for Dan too. Justice will be served to this situation, believe me.
The action's getting underway here in Alderson, West Virginia for NWA Mountain State Wrestling.
Well, good morning to you too, Dean.
Absolutely.
You're not going to welcome our guest?
Well, I was trying to, but you know what?
You were too busy thinking of an insult, weren't you?
No, it's just the fact that we've already
done it. You know what he
it.
said about you earlier today?
What did he say?
He heard that you were joining us on commentary, buddy, and he said he believed that your upper lip was too fat for your lower lip to be capable of moving enough for you to emit sound.
That is absolutely ridiculous, and that is exactly why Dean Bibb is still here at commentary. He is not a real part of this company. He's just sitting there playing music and talking.
This is lies, 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 but the truth of the matter is, if you guys will pay attention to the match, Jimmy Nemeth is applying some torquing action down on Steve Off in the opening seconds of this match. Thank you very much.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dean Bibb, I taught you everything you know. Unfortunately, you didn't learn enough from me when we were commentary together several years ago. But I tell you what, this is going to be a great matchup. Steve Off, an outstanding talent, being scouted by TNA. And Jimmy Nemeth, he's got some potential, but he just doesn't have the it factor that we needed for the Army of Darkness. That's why we had to put the boots to him.
Speaking of the Army of Darkness, of course, Boris Dragoff finding himself in a bit of a predicament, failing the...
No. I don't know what you're talking about. He's on his way to the show now. He's supposed to call me and Pitbull Bob Brown a little bit later on before we do our tag match.
Of course.
Are you saying you know more than 3BL?
Yes, at this point, 3BL is not being forthcoming with the truth that Boris Dragoff has failed the wellness policy here for the company.
I don't believe it, not until I hear from Boris Dragoff himself.
Jimmy Nemeth still pressing the advantage on the silver screen superstar. We got a great hour coming up here. Pitbull Bob Brown and 3BL joining us here. You're going to have a tag team title match against the Cult of Charisma. What do you think?
Well, it's about time that we get recognized. The Army of Darkness have been the most elite fighting force in the history of professional wrestling, and they've kept us off TV 2 of the last 4 weeks, and it's about time that we make an impact. We're going to do that tonight in the Tag Team Championship match.
Great arm drag now by Jimmy Nemeth, continuing to press the advantage, Rockstar.
Well, Nemeth's playing it real close to the vest right now. He's trying to ground Steve Off as much as he can. He's trying to use technical maneuvers in lieu of high-flying maneuvers. Jimmy Nemeth, he's not shy about flying around that ring, but if I'm going to call a spade, I think Steve Off does it one better than he does.
Well, you've got to look at experience, and that's something right there. Look at that. Look at that. There's your experience.
Right. Jimmy Nemeth has too little of it.
Unfortunately, we've talked a lot about the number of matches he's had, and it hasn't been a lot.
He has not had a lot of matches, and you see he brings that ultimate enforcer to the ring every match. Steve Off just comes out there here to fight. Jimmy Nemeth needs that extra advantage, that little axe handle, and he's used it before. Not very well, though.
Off going for a cover. 1, 2.
Man, he's got some HM Hell and Mad Murdoch eyes going on in that ring right now. He looks absolutely just on a Twilight Zone level of evil right now.
Where are you going, Dean? Just call the match. Quit trying to paint a picture.
Well, at least someone here is calling a match.
That's what he calls it. Lead commentator. He hasn't even commentated on how ridiculous Jimmy Nemeth looks in that lumberjack outfit.
Can we please be impartial at this point?
So last year.
I know.
Nemeth firing back.
Has he got an endorsement with the Brawny Man?
Hey, I didn't hear that because Jimmy Nemeth was firing back on Steve Off and getting cut off.
Don't worry about it. Steve Off doing a great job right now, making use of a very old school technical maneuver called choking a man against the ropes.
5 minutes have elapsed in the match. 5 minutes elapsed.
And I tell you, Steve Off, look at those eyes, the focus, the determination. That's why he's being scouted by TNA, and that's why NWA Mount State actually has some really good talent here. Unfortunately, we got kids like Jimmy Nemeth.
Absolutely right, 3BL.
But everyone starts somewhere. At one point, Steve Off was in Jimmy Nemeth's shoes, and now, yes, Steve Off being scouted by TNA, incredible.
Well,
3 years from now, it could be Jimmy Nemeth.
Excuse me, Dean. I think the difference.
Sunset flip!
Whoa, come on, Steve. Good job.
It was close.
And a bell ringer of a clothesline.
Look at those eyes. My God, it even scares me.
You're not scared very easily either. Why, you're even willing to face up to a bully like Dean Bibb, who calls you fat every week.
You need to
and
just
come
be
out here
quiet,
and sit
man.
with us and call this fantastic contest down the middle like we always do.
I don't insult people. I don't even insult your bald spot,
Dean,
Baldy.
Dean, just call the match. Otherwise, I'm going to make a mess of you, and then we're going to have to call TND Cleaning and come up here and clean the mess.
Buddy Love isn't bald.
I wasn't talking about Buddy Love. Now, Steve Off, after a leaping DDT, now on the second rope. Rolling film. Oh, and that'll end up on the blooper reel.
Too much time. And good. I'll give credit where credit's due. Jimmy Nemeth does have some potential, and he took the opportunity to move out of the way. But I still think this is Steve Off's match.
Jimmy Nemeth is one of the brightest stars here in NWA Mountain State.
Well, sometimes basic instinct can give you an opening, but Steve Off got caught there. Big time neck breaker out of nowhere.
That was beautiful.
I believe he pulled the hair on that. That was not a legal move.
I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe he got one up on Steve Off out of nowhere.
That was a legal move, man. That was beautiful. Now that was not.
But it was effective. You got to give him that.
It was effective. The ref didn't call the match.
Look, we're going for the lumberjack lock. He's going for the lumberjack lock. He's going for the lumberjack lock.
3BL's headed to the ring.
No. Hey, he's tapping. He's tapping, ref.
What the ref doesn't see doesn't count, Dean Bibb.
He tapped, ref. And you're right, unfortunately.
And look at Jimmy. He is fired up right now. He had Steve Off in a great position, but
I don't think he realizes he didn't win.
he's not seen anything but red, and Shaheem Ali coming out to even up the odds. But Nemeth turned it around, and he got nailed.
What did he get nailed with?
I don't know.
Oh, now, come on. Come on.
But whatever it was, Dean, it delivered a win.
Here is your winner, Steve Off. And yes, Steve Off gets the win, but what did he have? Did he have something in his hand? Whoa. Hey, no. We've seen too much of this. Hey, Judas Iscariot turning on his tag team partner last week. No.
And Steve Off is not going to let Jimmy Nemeth forget this moment.
The cavalry showed up finally.
Icarus tried to fly a little too close to the sun, and he got burned by the silver screen superstar.
Hey, look at him. He just looks, I can't describe the look in his eyes. As Stro checks out Jimmy Nemeth, still the winner of this match, the silver screen superstar Steve Off.
Here at Lewis Nissan, we've moved, and we've just opened our brand new facility built in order to better serve you. And we're celebrating with grand opening discounts on every new Nissan in stock. Take up to $10,000 off MSRP on select models. And with over 200 new vehicles, we're sure to have the right Nissan to fit any budget. Only at Lewis Nissan in Beckley. Call 1-800-TO-BECKLEY or visit us online at lewisnissan.com.
For the past 16 years, Mark Hunt has helped hundreds of people who were injured in a car wreck. Mark Hunt and Associates help people put their lives back together after a car wreck. We get cars repaired, medical bills and lost wages paid, and get you the compensation deserved. Call Mark Hunt and Associates. We have the experience to help you when you can't help yourself. Mark Hunt and Associates, 304-344-1800, or on the web at www.markahunt.com.
At Lewis Automotive, we want you to know
that you're on our gift list.
We've moved next door to our brand new facility.
And we're ready to serve you this holiday season.
Hurry in and check out our Yuletime selection of used trucks and SUVs.
With 2.9% financing and 0 down.
That's no money down, just in time for holiday shopping.
Only at Lewis Automotive in Beckley. Call 1-800-TO-BECKLEY.
Kramer Security and Investigations, an industry leader, is currently hiring for the position of security officer throughout southern West Virginia. At Kramer, quality begins and ends with our security officers. We are proud to offer a variety of shifts, competitive wages, professional training, and a great opportunity. For information, please call 304-256-0300. That's 256-0300, or apply in person at our Market Street Beckley or Walker Street Princeton locations. Kramer Security and Investigations, securing your future today. An equal opportunity employer.
At Lewis Suzuki, we've moved next door to our brand new facility. And you're invited to celebrate with big discounts during our Winter Wonder car event. Example, the new 2011 Suzuki Kisashi, J.D. Power's highest-ranked vehicle appeal among mid-size cars. And during this special holiday event, we have over 60 new Suzukis in stock. Plus, 2012 models are arriving daily, only at Lewis Suzuki in Beckley. Sooner or later, we're going to get you in a new Suzuki.
Hi, I'm Mark Muncie, one of the owners of Travelers Motor Club. I'd like to tell you about some of the services that we have for ATV riders just like yourselves. Whether or not you ride ATVs, take a look at our services, see how they help you. You can join our fun club for just pennies a day. And remember, at Travelers Motor Club, we've been a trusted name since 1965, and when you need us, we'll be there to help you.
Have you been injured by the antibiotic Levaquin? If you have either had a rupture or tear of the Achilles tendon, then you may be eligible for compensation. Call the law firm of Mark A. Hunt and Associates today, 1-800-554-1280.
Today on Fox WV, MSW Television, Ricky Shane and Billy Litt, wherever he may be, off electrifying everybody, is going to climb through the ropes and face two of the biggest guys Mountain State has to offer in Buddy Love and Pitbull Bob Brown. Bob Brown, we've been in the ring with you several times. Buddy Love, what happened? Did you stop and buy a pair? I'm telling you, you used to be this nice guy. Not no more. You got this attitude, and I'm going to adjust it. I'll tell you, where's Billy?
Oh, my God, pretty Ricky, look at this.
Billy, where have you been? I'm talking to these guys.
Hey, what's
MSW
up?
TV.
MSW TV.
What's
Go
up?
right there. What's up? You guys have got to check this out. Check it out. It's the Cult of Charisma. Check it out. Join the cult. We're the NWA Tag Team Champions for a reason, guys. We are NWA Tag Team Champions for a reason. And you're looking at it right now because we got the gold, boys. So lace up those boots tight, because Billy Litt and Ricky Shane, we're coming. Buy our t-shirt.
All right, Shaheem, I'm going to handle you later. Right now, on this episode of NWA Mountain State, you're going to see a change in the NWA Tag Team Champions. The Army of Darkness is getting... Dude, family show.
Hang on.
Oh.
Hey, I don't use the ringer because I can't stand the ring.
All right.
Keep it vibrating.
Who is it?
Oh, Jamie got this for me for early Christmas present here.
Oh, okay.
Hey, it's Boris.
It's Boris, all right. What's going on?
Hey, Boris, what's going on? You need directions to the building? They're gonna be here. What?
They're on the way, right?
What?
What's the deal?
Russian herb.
Russian herb.
What? NWA Mountain State wellness policy? What? Suspended for 30 days. What?
Suspended.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
Tell me that's a joke.
I guess Boris and Draven ain't coming. But if they didn't pass, how did they pass?
Yeah.
Anyway, today we get another chance at the tag titles. Ricky Litt, or whatever you want to call yourself. doesn't matter because the first time you got lucky. It ain't going to happen this time. Tell them.
You know, Billy Litt, Ricky Shane, you guys like to run your mouth, say that you're the cult of charisma. You guys can't hang with the Army of Darkness. We're half a team down because some wellness policy violation sounds like part of the conspiracy that's kept us off TV for the last 2 out of 4 weeks. But we're going to change all that. We're going to get the tag team titles. The Army of Darkness is the strongest, most elite fighting team in all of professional wrestling. And we're coming for those titles, boys. And you're going to find out from Pitbull Bob Brown and from the East Coast largest athlete that love hurts.
You like to call 3BL 3XL? You like to call him 3XL?
Thank you, Johnny.
Well, I'll go ahead and I'll agree with that because he is immense. He is an immensely large athlete. He is the East Coast largest athlete.
Which you used to laugh at every chance you got.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm going to put the emphasis on the word athlete because that's something that Johnny Blast knows nothing about.
Are you kidding me? This is your heavyweight champion that you're talking about.
You're funny.
Well, thank you.
As we await the start, obviously we have been joined by NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion Johnny Blast. We welcome you to the broadcast table here.
Hey, how's it going?
Excellent.
Does he take his glasses off?
I wish somebody would break them into his eyes.
Wow. The fans firmly behind Ricky Shane at the start of this match.
Buddy Love? Yeah, I agree with that. Buddy Love's quite popular.
3BL.
3BL.
Big, bad buddy. Was that it? That's 4.
Big bad buddy.
Big bad. Okay, all right, I got you.
I detect some sarcasm in your statements, Blast.
It's kind of like the sarcasm that you used to spit out at Buddy Love.
They just told me to come out here and have fun, watch the match, and help with some commentary.
Why don't you try calling it down the middle instead of trying to stir the pot?
I'm just asking you what the beast is.
Did that squirt?
I thought. What? Did it squirt? Can you say that on TV?
I hope I can say did that squirt on TV, because if not, it's a $500 fine, and I've just earned $1,000 worth of it. All right, Ricky Shane about to size up 3BL, and there we go.
And Buddy Love just shoves him off, and that was some serious momentum on that one.
That was with all 3 X's there.
And then some. Could have been 4 or 5 X's.
Both men sizing themselves up here.
Oh,
wow.
Side headlock, look at that.
Ricky Shane will take any man down and chop him down to his size, I tell you. Oh! Yeah.
And Ricky Shane backing out of the way of that speeding Mack truck.
That hurt me from here.
Speeding.
Yes, speeding Mack truck, because Buddy Love was moving very quickly for a man of his size.
Yes.
Did you not call him slow as a slug in war?
Moves very quickly.
I would never say such a thing.
Of course you wouldn't, as the 2 men lock up again in the middle of the ring.
And the boneless swing from Applebee's this evening will be played by Ricky Shane, coming off the ropes. If he jumps a little bit higher, he might get caught in the mouth of Buddy Love.
That's somewhere you don't want to be.
He'll chew you up and spit you out, that's for sure.
All right, so we got the other half of the Cult of Charisma tagging in.
It looks like Buddy spit much out. The chewing up part, yeah, I can go with. But I think he looks like he's ingested a little there.
Sir, you are too bold.
And we have similar results.
Why don't you say that to his face? He'll shove you across that ring the same way he's shoving Billy Litt and Shane.
So I think they can give up on trying to push Buddy Love. Although it seems like we're trying headlocks here on him.
Okay, I see a trend developing here.
Well, no matter how much force Shane and Litt have behind their maneuvers,
it's physics.
That is the immovable object that they're in there in the ring with.
It's physics.
Oh, and we got a quick tag.
Is it legal if they don't touch hands for the tag?
I don't know.
You don't know much, do you?
Double shoulder tackle now.
Mayhem let it go on.
Pin attempt here.
Fair arbiter that he is.
Well, it makes a lot of sense. Mike Mayhem's as fair as you are.
Why does Mike have tape around his wrist?
I don't know. Is this a joke? Is there a punchline?
I don't know. I was asking the question.
Well, he hits that mat with some authority, I guess. I don't know.
If you come to Johnny Blast for a straight answer, you've come to the wrong place, Dean.
I think you can quit trying to run into Buddy there, Ricky.
Oh, and that was a stiff shot.
No words of encouragement for your teammate, Blast?
Teammate where? I'm a singles wrestler.
Yeah, but he's your old friend. You guys are comrades. Your brothers in blood in this sport.
Okay, here's a thought. Try to stay out of Buddy's way.
Like that. Whoa!
And don't let it set on you.
I thought I heard Ricky Shade's chest crack from over here.
That's what you call sacrificing the body for a win. He just didn't get the win out of it. Quick tag. Go high, Billy Litt. Go high.
And Litt soars off the top rope with a double axe handle. Square on the elbow, Buddy Love, and now he's going to torque it for good measure.
5 minutes have elapsed in the match. 5 minutes.
I think I'd try to take Buddy off his feet.
Easier said than done.
That's what I was about to say. It could prove easier said than done. And here's your tag into Pitbull.
I'd try. Bob Brown hit me so hard one time in a battle royal, I eliminated myself.
Bob Brown, to say he's wily is saying the least. That man makes Johnny Blast look absolutely sane.
The Army of Darkness have done their homework. They knew Billy Litt would duck a double clothesline and try to land a double elbow, so they took him out in midair. Billy Litt has never known when to quit. For good or for bad, for better or worse, he's never known when to quit.
Litt fighting out of the rear chin lock. He's made up to a vertical base.
Hit him in the gut.
Good call. And Mike Mayhem was on the hair. Not much gets by him.
Bob Brown, the great chess player that he is in this sport, was thinking 5 steps ahead of Litt. That offense ended in a flutter.
What did you call Bob?
He's a master of the game of human chess in our sport. He's a great chess player.
Okay.
I thought you were old school.
I am. It's not, I can't even remember the line. It's not old because it's good because it's old.
Billy Litt getting Irish whipped into the corner and in a bad place. Oh, bad. Something bad just happened.
Unless you're Buddy Love. If you're Buddy Love, something great just happened.
Yeah.
Man, Billy Litt just through the air. Not the way he's used to, though.
The fans firmly in the corner of the tag team champions. There's a choke going on.
Wrestler. You seem to be getting behind your boys now. Mr. Down the Middle. Mr. Singles Wrestler.
Oh, like you don't call him a little off to your side of down the middle.
At least I admit when I'm doing it.
I'm not getting in the middle of this lovers' quarrel. Oh, you do make a nice looking pair. Your kids would be really ugly though.
Are you talking to Bob Brown and Billy Litt?
No, I'm talking to you and Dean.
Hey! Man!
What do you expect?
One thing about Johnny Blast, the wit is always on overdrive with Johnny Blast.
And the time he said that Mafu's finger tape looked like my teeth flying through the air.
Oh.
That guy sat on my head and damn near killed me.
Wishful thinking, I suppose.
Bob Brown now.
Come on, Billy, you're right there. Make a tag. Tag him!
I think 3BL just told you to shut up.
For me?
He sure did tell you to shut up.
Don't let him get within reach of me. He'll probably eat me. Who's water, by the way?
That's mine. Don't worry. It's not a jug of Grandpa's cough medicine. I saw you sipping on that before you came out here to do commentary, which explains a lot.
Grandpa's cough medicine. Ah!
Here comes your tag. There's your tag. Clothesline now by Ricky Shane.
Ah, Ricky Shane.
Another clothesline.
Buddy Love.
3 clotheslines. Whoa, I don't think that's going to work.
And that is the wrong move, Ricky Shane. I don't know what you're thinking on that one.
I don't think he was. I think that was pure adrenaline. He might have scooped Pitbull, Bob Brown, but not 3BL at that
I think
point.
you're going to need a good bit more adrenaline to pick Buddy Love up for a scoop slam.
We got the chain in play. We got the chain in play.
Billy
Mike
Lewis,
Mayhem.
he doesn't know what's coming.
No. No.
And Johnny Blast just ran from our announce booth into the ring. Ref, turn around, Mike. Turn around, Mayhem. Are you kidding me?
X Factor on the chain. Blasting cap on the chain. There's your deciding factor. There's your game changer. And there's your pinfall.
Oh, no.
Here are your winners and still your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Cult of Charisma.
Hey guys, I didn't see what happened there at the end of that match. Maybe some skullduggery, but it looks like the tag champs until the tag champs. It's been great being out here with you.
Ah! Oh, God, yeah.
Better you than me. Better you than me.
Did Johnny Blast just kiss my cheek?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
and he's headed straight for his toothbrush, I'm sure.
I'm going to dip my face in sulfuric acid.
Or Grandpa's cough medicine.
It's not strong enough.
That was an exciting title defense here. The Army of Darkness coming up just a little short because of their short, underhanded methods. And I declare that brilliant.
You declare that brilliant? I'm going to call it dumb, stupid luck, because that's what Billy Lynn and Ricky Shane were. They were blind, stupid, lucky in that one. If Johnny Blast hadn't been there, we would have very well seen new NWA Mountain State Wrestling Tag Champs, Bib. This isn't over.
That I will agree with. The Army of Darkness do not take defeat very lightly. Guys, coming up next on NWA Mountain State Wrestling, the television title on the line. The champion Maestro defending against the Canadian Lion, Lance Erikson. When will this one be over? Stay tuned. It's going to be a long haul here on NWA Mountain State Wrestling.
Lance Erikson, it's you and I again. This time around, you sweetened the pot. You've put up your contract for the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Championship on the line, along with the television championship. We've been round and round. We've gone 45-minute Ironmans. We've had some battles. But, my friend, all good things come to an end. You were a hell of a competitor. You were a hell of an athlete. And we do what we do best, and that is wrestle, professional wrestling. You know, a lot of people, you know, come to me, Stro, and he says, you know, Stro, what's wrong with this business? What's wrong with pro wrestling? Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with professional wrestling today. You got guys out there that never been anywhere, never wrestled for a territory, never drew money, never been to a company, small or big, never paid their dues, not even a due in their life, don't even have proper etiquette. Come out and tell the people, the hard-working men and women that have paid their dues, that have busted their rear ends night in and night out, 365 days a week all around this world, trying to tell us what to do, trying to tell us how to run our business. Well, guess what?
you don't know, and you never have a clue how to be a professional wrestler or a manager or a promoter or even be involved in this industry. So my advice to you people, sit back home, eat your popcorn, watch wrestling, and don't get involved in our business because you have no room and you won't have a clue and you never will. And with that being said, we have some great professional wrestlers here in NWA Mountain State. From the TV and camera crew, on up through our talent, on to the promotion itself. We are the best there is in West Virginia. And that's for a good reason. And the reason why I can come out here and say, I'm Stro, the Maestro of wrestling, why I can come out here and say, I am the undisputed NWA World Heavyweight Champion, why I can come out here and say, I am the NWA Mountain State Television Champion, because I earned it. I earned it for 20 years. I busted my rear end night in and night out all around this world, taking bumps, pleasuring you people all over this world with great professional wrestling. And learn what I've learned best from the great veterans of this business. That's why I can say, ooh la la. That's why I can walk that aisle. And that's why I can do what I do best, and that's wrestle. When I tell you that Ricky Shane is one, if not the best wrestlers in West Virginia, you know it. When I tell you that Billy Litt has got more charisma in his pinky than most of the roster I can see all around from all over professional wrestling, you know it. When I tell you that Lance Erikson is one of the toughest sons of guns I've been in the ring with, you know it. When I tell you Johnny Blast, Bad Karma, Scott Reigns, Big Jimmy, Shaheem, the list goes on. I tell you Jason Kincaid, War Machine, some of the best ever that walked here in NWA Mountain State are the very best. You know it because you've seen it and you paid money to make it happen. Because another piece of advice for you, another for people to believe in you in this life, you have to believe in yourself. And that's why we're here. We're professionals. And we believe in ourselves and we believe in the fans and the people that tape the television, from the camera crew, the people that set up that ring, the people that provide your professional wrestling show. They believe in pro wrestling. So pay respect, pay your dues, or jump off, because NWA Mountain State is here to stay. Lance Erikson, let's do this one more time. Ooh la la.
Maestro. As I sit here, just got to the building a few minutes ago, camera guys come over to cut these little promos that we cut for the TV. Maybe I'm breaking kayfabe, which is something I don't do in this business very often, because I'm like you, Stro. I still do believe that this is a business. That might have been one of the best promos that I've ever heard, bar none. And not because it put me over, it put the company over, it done this, it done that. It was the truth. Let me tell you something, Stro. I have nothing better. Some of the matches that we've had the past couple months has been highlight matches of my career. And let me tell you something. I don't agree with you on the way you live, the way that you cater to these fans and things, because I don't need them. But I do agree with you on one thing. This is professional wrestling. This is not entertainment. I don't want to be a part of entertainment. And that's what NWA Mountain State is it's pro wrestling. So as I sit here tonight and I try to get my stuff together because I have another match with you for TV, I sit and think about a lot of things. And one of the things that I want to talk about right now is thank you for telling me I'm a tough SOB. And I respect you with everything, Stro. And I've been in the ring. I've not been a lot of the places you've been, but I've paid my dues in this business. And I've done the things right. I set up rings, went to South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. I went and worked for Bobby Fulton for $10, worked 3 times. I lost my family almost because of this business. And it pains me to sit and watch some of these kids that come in and that are disrespectful to what I helped build here in West Virginia. So that's one thing where we do agree, Stro. And let me tell you something. There's not another man in this business that respects you like I do. And I get excited because I know I'm going to have a good match tonight because I'm working with the Stro, the Maestro. And let me tell you something. Bob Trowbridge, he is your uncrowned heavyweight champ. And that's not me parading for him. That's just the truth.
But because he don't play politics and he busts his hind end every night, he's not the champ. But let me tell you something, Stro. In the other respect, I have to come out and I have to wrestle you tonight. So tonight, I love you, bro, with all my heart because I respect you. But I'm still going to kick your ass later. You can edit that, do whatever you want to, but there's no other way to say it. I look forward to tonight and finishing this off between me and you. I wouldn't have put up my title, my contract title, which is the only reason I come back to this business, if I didn't think that I could beat you. So Stro, lace them up tight. Get ready, because one more time, me and you hook up. No, there's no other way to end this promo except good luck.
And let me tell you, these two guys have crossed the state going after each other. Looks like it's going to break out a little bit early. Yeah, the referee right where he needs to be when he needs to be.
Well, Dean, you're absolutely right. These guys have been up the road and down the road so many times I've lost track. There is no love lost between these two men.
None. 45-minute Ironman match in Hinton, West Virginia. The decision went to the Stro. Still no love lost, but Lance Erikson at least gave credit.
You want a drink?
What is Nanook of the North saying to the Canadian Lion?
Watch out where the Huskies go and don't you eat that yellow snow.
Nanook, the abomination in pink.
Yeah, Nanook of the North, you know, Frank Zappa. Don't eat the yellow snow.
That wasn't the reference, Dean.
You don't, okay, that's the problem. You need
it's a classic historical documentary.
You need more Frank Zappa in your life, man.
You need some facts, but let's get back to the match at hand. Stro and Erikson playing it real cautious. Stro runs in after Erikson, shoves him in that corner. That's going to be a break, though.
Yes, indeed.
Stro ignoring it, though. Goes right back after them. Erikson pushes him back into the corner, though.
And I'm telling you what, I think Erikson might have rope-a-doped him in a little bit.
Might have, but the Maestro, boy, is he fired up.
Man, we got some emotions in this ring. Maestro firing back. Big chops ringing in the rafters here.
And you can hear that smacking sound all the way over here, Dean.
And a high backdrop on the Canadian Lion, and out goes the Canadian Lion.
And Erikson's dipping out for a breather, and you can't blame him for that, Dean.
That was as unorthodox a start as you can get, and that's because it didn't start on sportsmanship. It started on emotion.
You're absolutely right about that one. And this contest is not going to be short on that word, Dean. Emotion.
Emotion. These guys, even though they've given each other credit for being tough as nails, they do not like each other. They will not like each other. And Lance Erikson does not want to stop until he gets this title from Stro. Stro has no intention of making it easy.
Erikson going with a side headlock on the Maestro, trying to slow this down. Maestro sending him off the ropes, though. Erikson comes off.
Big shoulder tackle now. Hey, proud of himself there. Again, emotion, and out goes the Maestro.
And now the Maestro, Dean. The Maestro is the one taking his time getting back in.
Probably to get the head game together. He may have said, you know what, I rushed into this, and my game plan got tossed out the window. Collect yourself, couple deep breaths, woo-saw, get back in there.
You're absolutely right about that, Dean. I'm not going to disagree with you for a moment on that. Stro rushed in and it worked for him to begin with, but when Lance Erikson went out and slowed things down, he got back the way he wanted. And that's exactly what the Maestro needs to do right now. As much emotion that's going to be involved in this one, you've got to keep calm. You have to stay collected. You lose your focus in that ring, you're going to get taken apart.
Absolutely. Side headlock applied by the Canadian Lion. Oh, very nice. Literally almost a over the back suplex there just to get by. The Maestro nursing his neck at this point.
And the Maestro shaking off the early offense of Lance Erikson, but Erikson once again back to that side headlock.
Yes, and wearing down a neck that he may know a little something about. Again, there, very good. Back suplex, snap back suplex.
And that was very close to the mat. It was almost like a waistlock takedown.
Beautifully executed by the Maestro, your television champion. Guys, don't forget, we've got paper balloting going on for the 2011 year-end awards here. You can still get your votes in, either online or at the shows. We want to see you come out, guys. Back to that side headlock goes the Canadian Lion.
And you know, that maneuver does not get its due in this business. People look at it as a wear down hold, and you say that the fans, they kind of brush that off. Wear down holds in their mind are something that drags onto the ring. Fans want flash, but when you come down to it, Dean, wearing your opponent down, that's what's going to get you the win. It doesn't come in a flash. It is a journey.
Absolutely, as Lance Erikson lands a shoulder tackle and a big hip toss. Now there's your flash.
And the Maestro standing tall and an arm drag by the Maestro.
Beautifully executed. Now that's what you're talking about. You wear somebody down, and then you hit your high flash, high impact maneuver. You got a better chance of getting a 3 count.
And right from that flash, the Maestro goes to wearing and tearing.
Right there on that left arm, the shoulder area, hyperextending that elbow. There's a lot of pain shooting down there. I can tell you from experience, you got lightning shooting down your arm. Whoa! That can rip some tendons.
And a spinning arm hold, I guess.
Beautifully executed again by the television champion. And I tell you, Lance Erikson has an open contract for any shot that he wants, but he's keying in on the Maestro, and has been for months.
He's been keying in on him, but he hasn't used that shot for anything yet. Right now, the Maestro, that's his first bullet point in his future. He wants to take that TV title away, and he wants to write his name across the Maestros. He wants to build off the Maestro's legacy
and
to his future.
And that's how you do it. By defeating a prolific champion, you have a great chance of becoming a prolific champion. But then, well, a rake of the eyes, you find yourself having to work just as hard, if not harder, to stay champion. Whoa, big right hand now. And the Maestro kind of reeling in the corner. Another one staggering the champion. Lance Erikson going back a little less scientific. Irish whip reversal now. And a beautiful, beautiful arm drag.
And the Maestro caught him big time there, and the impact off of that arm drag was incredible, Dean. And once again, from the arm drag, right back to the fundamental game of this match, wear and tear, ground and pound.
5 minutes have elapsed in the match. 55 minutes remaining.
And the Canadian Lion is locked up right now. The Maestro in firm control at the moment.
And if you notice, he had worked the arm, hyperextending the elbow a minute ago. Now he's forcing the elbow around his own arm and the neck of Lance Erikson. Not a chokehold, not a chokehold, but applying pressure against Lance Erikson's own body with a piece of his own body. 2 counts. See?
You know you're right about that, Dean. He's using a part of Lance Erikson's anatomy against the rest of his body, and that is such a predicament to be in as a wrestler, because even when you're trying to fight out of it, you're causing yourself pain.
Brilliant, brilliant point there. I don't give you enough due because a lot of times you and I do not see eye to eye personally, but you know your business.
You're right about that.
Spinning side arm drag by the television champion and back to hyperextending the elbow and the wrist. Look at the position of the left wrist.
And even the way the Maestro's hand is moving, it's almost a grinding motion.
Let's discuss the bones of that wrist and the nerves down that wrist. One of the reasons crucifixion was so painful, they drove a nail through the wrist. Now, don't take this as a religious statement because I'm not a religious man, but I'm just drawing a big point. You mess with the nerves in that wrist, and you're going to give someone almost crippling pain. Oh, man!
And you want to talk about crippling pain, Dean? Take a look at the Maestro's face right now. The impact that he just absorbed on that patella, that is extreme.
And Lance Erikson was on it like a lion. There was literally no downtime. He got on that knee and then took a second to get the cobwebs out of his own left arm.
And you gotta wonder, we see so many times the wrestlers will target the knee of the Maestro. You've gotta wonder, how much of an injury might he be carrying around while competing that we don't know about? The wrestlers know more than we do. They spend more time scouting each other, and they spend a lot of time keeping their ears to the ground.
2 decades in the business, sports activities before being a professional wrestler, he's got injuries. He's got soreness where things aren't injured. Body parts are sore. And pain can wear someone down to where they don't realize their shoulders are on the mat. Just like that. Hey, right there, you see it. Right over top of the referee's head, getting that rope.
And a little added leverage from Erikson's only tag partner in this match, that rope. It can help you or it can hurt you, depending on your vantage point.
And I'm telling you, he's maximizing it. And those ropes, they don't quite make the noise they used to.
Maestro trying to fight out of that. To no avail. Erikson going right back to what's been working for him so far. He gets caught.
Yeah, now Ryan sees it and the hold has to break.
It has to break, but it's not a disqualification. It can be against the rules and can still work to your advantage without falling into that dangerous outside of the gray area.
You know, he didn't even let the 5 count come into effect. He broke the hold immediately. But the first thing he did was nurse his own left arm.
And then right after that, he went back to work on the Maestro. He took a second and went right back to work.
Spinning toe hold now. And now look at him stretching the right knee. Spinning toe hold clamped in and stretching out the right knee.
Erikson working over both legs of the Maestro right now.
He's pushing with the flat of his hand.
Man, that looked vicious.
Yes, and he's got Erikson trapped to send him to the ropes.
Drop toe hold sent Erikson into that rope. And he's holding on to it to get himself back to a vertical base. And luckily enough for Erikson, he's the first one to his feet. He ran right back over to the Maestro and put him back down.
Erikson took that table down and now stretching out the hamstring in the groin area. He's going to do total carnage on that left leg.
If you don't believe us, ask the Maestro when this one's over. Erikson's doing a heck of a job of punishing him right now.
These guys, their matches against each other now serve them because what the memories of what has worked in the past, they're going back to it. Remember the Iron Man match? The Maestro worked the arm. Erikson worked the leg. What did we see here? Same thing.
Same strategy. They're not relenting on that for a second.
The Maestro, did you see him eyeing that bottom rope? You think he might have been thinking of some subterfuge? After these many matches and this much pain, I wouldn't put it past a man.
No, I don't think he's that smart, Dean.
Oh, come on.
He was probably keeping some random idea in his head of keeping Erikson away from the rope, but he wasn't thinking about grabbing it. He doesn't have the same instincts that Erikson has.
And look at him now applying a foot to the side of the head. There's your pressure along the left side of the neck. All of those muscles, the tendons going through the shoulder.
And look at the face of the Maestro. Just putting a lot of strain on himself, even to hold on to this maneuver with such a degree of effectiveness.
But the good news is the Maestro's upper body had not been worked.
Well, let's ignore the upper body for a second. That's not the factor I want to talk about. He's using his legs a lot in that one. I think that was the reason we saw the look of pain. He was using those legs that were already hurt. And Erikson, he smelled blood, and he went right back to work, found an opening, and went right onto that leg, that same leg.
Well put.
It didn't take very much either, did it, Dean?
Not at all. Well, see, when he had the spinning toe hold locked in, and the Maestro firing back with sharp, stinging kicks, and now working his way to his base.
He's taking some time, though. There's been a lot of damage done to him. And it looks like he tried to get a kick up to the gut of Erikson, and maybe a little bit shorter than he wanted, but he nailed that chop on the fly around.
That left knee is really being problematic for the Maestro at this point. Snapmare bringing him over, lining him up. Rolling senton on the Canadian Lion.
Measures him one more time for good measure by the Maestro. Lateral press, 2.
Only a 2 count here. And the Maestro now going back to that arm. Hey, he's setting up for the crossface.
He certainly is. Does he have it locked in?
I can't see from this angle.
He sure does.
What is Steve Off doing
behind
here?
the Maestro in the wings. The silver screen superstar just leveled the Maestro. And now Steve Off taking him apart, leveling him with a series of kicks to the chest. And I can't believe my eyes. Off choking the life right out of the Maestro. The Maestro screaming in pain. The referee telling him to break it up. But really, what good is that going to do?
Jimmy
There's no
Nemeth.
match anymore.
Jimmy Nemeth gets cut off just as soon as he hits the ring.
Well, good intentions in mind don't keep you safe. And the silver screen superstar nailing the lumberjack, forcing him into the corner. Erikson continuing to choke the life out of the Maestro. The beatings are continuing, Bib.
The pain just is not going to stop here. Off, going back to the Maestro.
And this is a trouble situation if you're the Maestro or Nemeth. There's no match going on. There's nothing to lose. Erikson already lost the match by a DQ. But what we're seeing right now, we're seeing the long-term effects of a war. This is the groundwork for the future. This is the groundwork for definitive victories.
Now Lance Erikson telling Steve off to go to the top. What would be a high-risk maneuver in a match.
I'm going to bottom line this for you, Dean. What this is right now is a statement.
I hope you're wrong, but I'm so afraid you're right. Double axe handle now off the top rope.
I think Strozilla and Nemeth would even agree with me at this point.
This is ugly carnage here on NWA Mountain State. I hope it's over. Ryan is warning both men now at arm's length.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Steve Off has a hold of that axe handle now, Dean. And the referee raising their arms. And Steve Off throws it to the side.
We're still waiting for an official call to see if this is no contest or a single DQ.
Nemeth and Stro so lucky that this is ending where it's ending at.
Stro does not look to be in good shape. Look at the position of his left knee, kind of prostrate right there on the mat. Nemeth blocked from our view, but he's not moving either.
Here at Lewis Nissan, we've moved. And we've just opened our brand new facility, built in order to better serve you. And we're celebrating with grand opening discounts on every new Nissan in stock. Take up to $10,000 off MSRP on select models. And with over 200 new vehicles, we're sure to have the right Nissan to fit any budget. Only at Lewis Nissan in Beckley. Call 1-800-TO-BECKLEY or visit us online at lewisnissan.com.
For the past 16 years, Mark Hunt has helped hundreds of people who were injured in a car wreck. Mark Hunt and Associates help people put their lives back together after a car wreck. We get cars repaired, medical bills and lost wages paid, and get you the compensation deserved. Call Mark Hunt and Associates. We have the experience to help you when you can't help yourself. Mark Hunt and Associates, 304-344-1800, or on the web at www.markahunt.com.
At Lewis Automotive, we want you to know
that you're on our gift list.
We've moved next door to our brand new facility.
And we're ready to serve you this holiday season.
Hurry in and check out our Yuletime selection of used trucks and SUVs.
With 2.9% financing and 0 down.
That's no money down, just in time for holiday shopping.
Only at Lewis Automotive in Beckley. Call 1-800-TO-BECKLEY.
Kramer Security and Investigations, an industry leader, is currently hiring for the position of security officer throughout southern West Virginia. At Kramer, quality begins and ends with our security officers. We are proud to offer a variety of shifts, competitive wages, professional training, and a great opportunity. For information, please call 304-256-0300. That's 256-0300, or apply in person at our Market Street Beckley or Walker Street Princeton locations. Kramer Security and Investigations, securing your future today. An equal opportunity employer.
At Lewis Suzuki, we've moved next door to our brand new facility. And you're invited to celebrate with big discounts during our Winter Wonder car event. Example, the new 2011 Suzuki Kisashi, J.D. Power's highest-ranked vehicle appeal among mid-size cars. And during this special holiday event, we have over 60 new Suzukis in stock. Plus, 2012 models are arriving daily, only at Lewis Suzuki in Beckley. Sooner or later, we're going to get you in a new Suzuki.
Hi, I'm Mark Muncie, one of the owners of Travelers Motor Club. I'd like to tell you about some of the services that we have for ATV riders just like yourselves. Whether or not you ride ATVs, take a look at our services, see how they help you. You can join our fine club for just pennies a day. And remember, at Travelers Motor Club, we've been a trusted name since 1965, and when you need us, we'll be there to help you.
In these hard economic times, if you feel like the wolf is at your door and there's no way out, rather than being devoured by your creditors, bankruptcy could be your possible solution. Call 304-344-1800. 304-344-1800.
Wow. I tell you what, it's not always pretty to do our job, to have to sit here and call the kind of carnage that we've seen here. Jimmy Nemeth came out to help the Maestro, and it didn't end very well at all for either man.
Well, you're right, Dean. Sometimes it's not always pretty, but sometimes, like this morning, it's awesome. That was fantastic. Am I right? I'm right. Erikson, Steve-Off, you did a great job this morning. You made a statement. Stro, you got a DQ victory, but let's be honest about things. In the grand scheme of things, what's a DQ victory when you got left laying in the ring and the statement made was the Canadian Lion Lance Erikson and his buddy Steve-Off gets stand tall. Jimmy Nemeth, you got more heart than you got brains, and it cost you this morning. Think wisely about your allies from now on.
Think wisely about what you say on a show that these people tune in to watch, you know, and not just the wrestlers, but fans. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget the 2011 year-end awards. They're going on right now, and we want your input here. Guys, thank you so much for supporting NWA Mountain State right here on Fox West Virginia. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
I'm not scared of anyone.
That's obvious. You're not smart enough to be.